Hey there, I'm Jennifer Sisco, your divorce real estate expert and the person who gets it. You might be here because you Googled, can I kick my ex out of the house? Maybe your best friend told you that you can do whatever you want. Get him out of there. Well, here's the short answer. Maybe. But the long answer, and the one that won't land you in trouble, is way more complicated. So grab your sippy cup and let's talk about your rights, your options, and what not to do, no matter how tempting it might be. Who actually has the right to stay? First things first, ownership and occupancy are not the same thing. Just because your name is on the deed or lease doesn't mean you can kick someone out like they do in the movies. If you're married, the home is considered a marital asset, even if only one of you legally owns it. So if your soon-to-be ex is still living there, they likely have a legal right to be there until a court says otherwise. My ex and I had to stay living together under the same roof for 7 months while the house was on the market. It was super fun. Now, if you're not married, here's where it gets a little twisty. If your ex is on the deed or lease, they stay. If they're not on the lease or deed, but they've established residency, guess what? They still have rights. Residency in a home, even without being on the deed, can be established through actions demonstrating a person's intent to live there permanently and their actual presence in the home. This can be shown through various means like living there for an extended period, receiving mail at that address, registering to vote, obtaining a driver's license with that address, and declaring the home as their primary residence on legal documents. Look, I know you're ready to Marie Kondo this breakup, but before you change the locks, pack their stuff into garbage bags, or even delete their Netflix profile, stop. This could be considered illegal eviction, harassment, or even domestic intimidation, depending on your state, which means you could be the one getting the knock on the door from the police. And that's not the kind of closure we're going for. So no, don't do it. Don't accidentally list the house on Airbnb. Don't turn it into a Taylor Swift album. It won't go the way you think. So how do you legally get your ex out? This is where the law and a really good attorney come in. If you're divorcing, the court can grant exclusive use of the home. That means the court decides one of you stays and the other goes packing. This usually requires a motion filed with the court, a hearing, and proof that living together is causing harm or conflict. If there's been domestic violence, you can file for a protective order that may result in immediate removal from the home. But that's a different legal process and one I urge you to please find help to figure out. If you're not married and your ex is a guest, not a tenant, you might be able to evict them. But even then, it's a legal process. You'll need to follow notice periods, documentation, and court timelines, not post-it notes and rage. Why does a real estate strategy matter? This isn't just about who gets the couch. It's about equity, credit, ownership, and your long-term plan. Before you even think about selling, refinancing, or buying out your spouse's interest, you need to think about a few things. Who's legally allowed to stay? Who's financially able to stay? And what is the smartest next move, really? What should you do right now? Here's your action plan. 1, do not change the locks. 2, document everything. If you're cohabitating with chaos, keep a log. 3, talk to a family law attorney. Ask if you can file for exclusive use or if an eviction is appropriate. And that all being said, if you are the one who's being threatened with having your stuff thrown out of the second floor window, hopefully now you see that you have rights. You don't have to figure this all out alone, but you do need to stop asking your hairstylist or neighbor if it's legal to throw your ex's stuff on the lawn. Spoiler, it's not. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who really needs to hear it. This is your divorce real estate expert. See you next time.